Okay, well, good morning, everybody, for Thursday, the 15th of December. Well, that was probably one of the coldest nights of the year, probably of the winter. Some rural spots in Oxfordshire got down to -12, -13 last night. And Lasham, although had a balmy about -7, is still very much frozen. We've got still this Arctic influence, and although the ice bars have just sort of widened a bit, we're still going to feel that northerly wind today. No stronger than about 10 knots on the ground. A bit more northerly than it was yesterday, but just enough touch of east to keep us on runway 09. As we go through the next couple of days or so, it's going to settle down nicely for Friday and Saturday. For unfortunately, we reopen the door to the Atlantic. It's going to feel like a heat wave. We're going to have 8 degrees by Sunday, but with it, lots of rain. Don't know which one you prefer, but I'll be quite glad to see the back of this cold just for a little while. I understand it might come back, but certainly be nice to reduce the heating bill a bit. We have plenty of weather warnings today, and as you can see on here, frost, which is forecast anytime up to 11 and then from 3 o'clock. Yesterday, we had quite an interesting scenario which does sometimes happen, where towards the end of the day, you get freezing fog moved back in over the airfield. It wasn't just us that got affected. A number of airfields locally did. A number of aircraft got diverted. Other flying schools. I was speaking to somebody last night who ended up at Dunsfold, for example. The freezing fog can come in with less than 15 minutes notice. It went from clear skies at Lasham to fog that quickly. So keep an eye when you're flying today on cloud amounts. They start to look like to increase, get on the ground. A few people sort of caught a bit unaware yesterday by that as they were prepping for flights and were surprised that suddenly everything was being taken to the hangar. So yes, frost definitely the issue today. Hopefully no fog. Winds at heights, 15 knots generally, north to northeast. Satellite picture over the UK, well, the satellite can't see very much at the moment, but on the latest run, we have fairly clear skies over the top of us, which has allowed the temperature to get so low, and there's a bit of mid-level cloud, but there's nothing else really around. The public forecast today shows currently it's field light temperature of -12. Lovely. As we go on today, it's going to get to a top temperature of -1, with -5 being the top feel-like temperature. Better visibility today and less humidity. The humidity figure is key with sort of our operation, because with temperatures this low, it is entirely feasible with the wrong humidity level, but we can't fly because of the ice that forms on the aircraft. So with a bit of luck and a bit of planning, we will be able to fly based on the fact that humidity goes down. But I'll explain how we do that in a minute. GFS agrees with that top temperature of -1, -2. And we have a dew point of -3 as the sort of highest it will get. Currently at Lasham, -6.2, -8.6. Starting to see the line go the other way. Of course, think back to meteorology. It's generally at sunrise that the heating is at its lowest. So hence, we've seen such cold temperatures. And I think this is potentially slightly under reading. Picture outside is that lovely wintry scene at Lasham. Could be some ice around the site. It's impossible to de-ice 600 acres of airfield. So watch underfoot, and the runway might be a bit icy as well, and we'll be looking at that. Odium are currently reporting -7,000 meters of mist, which I'm sure is clearing, and very simple. They're saying northwesterly, Cav OK. We'll see. I think it's northeasterly today, but Farnborough are reporting something similar. Farnborough are talking again about northwest, and 8,000 meters, Cav OK. Southampton, I'll just go check. They're talking about slight northeasterly, middle wallop, slight northeasterly. So you can see we're probably going to get due north today, which with a bit of veering at height will give us a northeasterly. Public forecast, or the top Met forecast, sorry, gives us at 5,000 feet, it'll be -6 during the day, down to -8 this morning. And yeah, that northeasterly wind on the charts. Airspace wise, what's that? That's fireworks display. Don't worry about that. Fireworks display this evening at Lord Wandsworth College. Usual Boscombe no Thames, nothing to affect us, and paragliding just to the north of Revar Hill. Okay, if we get a northeasterly as expected, which is what I've got my fingers crossed for, then we're going to operate 09 from the normal position, with gliders landing on the grass and taking off from the runway. Cables will be on the north sides today, as we got this northerly wind. So don't get confused. Think about what you're doing, and we'll have aero towing on the south side. Movements wise, no big jets, but we have a couple of Navajos which have been trying to get in for the last couple of days. They'll be coming in around lunchtime. We'll get a bit more update on that later. So how do we plan to operate in these conditions? Well, first of all, don't open the hangar too early. If you open the hangar before the temperature starts to go up, which is probably going to be about another 50 minutes, 45 minutes, 50 minutes or so, then all that happens is the cold air rushes into the hangar and it freezes everything up. So we're going to wait. There's no rush because the aircraft will only ice up if they come out early. And with a bit of luck, humidity will be going down and we won't have to clear too much ice off the aircraft. People need to dress appropriately. There was at least one individual yesterday who wasn't dressed appropriately and they felt the cold. So yes, I will be keeping an eye. If you're not dressed appropriately, you're not going flying. So yeah, please be sensible. This is pretty much as cold as it gets at Lasham, aside from a 15 knot northeasterly, of which we probably wouldn't fly. So yeah, just be sensible. We will have a lunch break and we will make sure everybody's warm. Okay, we will see you on the effort shortly. Bye for now.